Hello again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jenny's Classic Restorations. Well, this week we're having a little bit of a break from the mobilette. As I mentioned last week, we're going to do the Peugeot Django, and it's one of the panels has been ruined slightly, so I've ordered a new one of those. That's coming in the new year. So basically today, just want to get the panel stripped off, just show you how it's done, because I don't really know, but we'll see how it goes. And then hopefully we can give it, I'll give it a good clean, and we can come back and go through some servicing items. So come and see how I get on today. And Jenny is inside today. Maybe she's cold, but she's tired, so she had her walk. So come and see how we got on. Right, as I say, this is going to be done over several days, as I'm working for 6 days all week. So I'm going to try and get a video done for Saturday, but it's going to be in bits and pieces when I get half an hour to spare from work and that. So the main thing on this video, we're going to try and strip the panels down, which gets me down to the frame, and I can also get to things like the air filter easily and things like that. And I want to order a new air filter, but there's 2 different types, so it's I'm not sure. So once I get the air filter out, at least I can see which filter we need. So the first thing I'm going to do is 4 10mm bolts, 2 up here and 2 in there, to release the box. And then also I need to take this screw out here, which will release the pillion seat as well, and hopefully we can get this box out. So I'll just start taking these out, and it's 4 bolts, all 10mm, and as I say, I've been wanting to do this a long time, but like I say, with the getting things done after the fire and then getting on with the mobilette, this has sort of gone onto the back burner. So I think it's time, especially this time of year, I think it's time to get this done before spring, and then soon afterwards hopefully we can get the mobilette done. So let me get these 4 bolts out, and I'll come back to you. Right, that's the 4 bolts out, and we'll just get this one screw out, and this seat covers the battery and cover. Oh, couldn't make it any shorter, could they? Okay, so all being well, this will lift off somehow. There we go. Okay, and that leaves us with the battery cover, and now this should come out. There we go. Okay, so let's have our first little look inside. I've been meaning to do for a long time, and looking at it, yes, it's dirty and dusty, but as you know what I'm like, I'll clean all this up. The actual frame is actually very good condition, actually. So I will go around with some ACF 50 once we've done a bit of servicing and what have you, before we get it all back together. So yeah, so let's carry on with this panel strip down. I've just taken out another, but still in there, a 10mm bolt there, and these are T10 hex screws here for the cover. So there's the battery in there, and we have to get the battery out before we can get this off. So let's leave that over there for a minute. Okay, right, so that should just lift out. It's a bit of moisture in there. I hope that is not acid, so I think I'll just get some gloves quickly. Right, okay, so now we can lift that out. Okay, keep them bolts with it. Now, let's see, let's pull this out with these wires. And what have we got left? Something still stuck here. What have we got here? Some diffusers. Right, bear with me, I'm not sure how these come out, but I'll come back to you. That wasn't too bad. I didn't want to sort of break anything, but basically that just, they got these, it just slides onto these little tabs there, slides on in there, so that's the battery cover off. Right, I suppose the next thing will be to take the backrest off. Let's see what size this is. Oh God, doesn't matter really, does it? 8.6. There we go. Let's get these all loosened up. It's in quite tight. That's it. Okay, well that's all four loose. Let me just go around and get these out. Right, that's the last of the bolts out, so that's the backrest off. Right, so we'll carry on in a minute. Right, another thing I've got to do, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, these sort of side crash bars are very useful, but obviously they've got to come off. There's a screw type one there. There's a hex bolt there, and there's something awkward under there which I'm not sure how to get to yet. Maybe that's, I don't know, but let me just get those two out and we'll have a look and see how this one comes out. Well, just looking at it, it looks a bit difficult to get into there, but thinking about it, I don't think this will need to come off. Obviously this one will, because I think once this panel comes out here, it won't really affect it at all. So I need to get this panel off. This is also part of this panel has to come off here, which has got the number plate light in, and so these must be the same sort of bolts that would hold that on as well. So there is some sort of a clip under there which is a bit awkward, that sort of sandwiches onto the plastic. So I'm going to try and get that one off. We get that one off, and then obviously around there, and that panel will come off, which also you need to get to some of the screws and that for the side panels. So let me try, and I think this one under here is going to be a little bit awkward because it's all squashed in there. So I'll try and get these off, and then I'll come back to you again. Well, that nut under there is not easy to get to. I managed to loosen it a little bit, but it's just no room to get in there with the air filter. I can see where it's all been scratched where people have tried before. So there's a bolt underneath there, that's out, and this one that holds this cover is out as well. So my plan is, whether it's ideal or not, is to, once this red cover comes off, try and take this carefully off at the same time, the panel, the bars, and then obviously once we put it back, we'll try and get this back on at the same time. So I'm going to try and release the other side for now, and then we can get this off, which will get us to some screws behind to get the red panel off, just behind here. We'll get the other one out. It's got a spacer in there, and then once that's what we're talking about, once that's off, we can get to some screws behind there, and we can start taking the front engine front panel off as well. Right, so that's now loose on the other side, so this should actually come off now, hopefully. There we are. There we are. Right, okay. And that will take us to a couple of screws in there again to get this panel off in a minute, or these two red ones. Right, so I'm just going to unplug this and we just make a note of where. I think they're pretty simple, but I'll just quickly make a note of how this goes back on. That's for the number plate light. Right, to get this panel off, we've got some more hex bolts here, and it looks like there's a couple just behind there. I'm hoping I can do this without removing the saddle. I'm not sure if it has to come off, but we'll try and get away with it to start with. So there's screws in there, which I'll probably have to put the seat down a bit, and one each side here of the to get the lower one off. So I'll get on and just do that and see if that goes smoothly. Right, so these are the bottom, they're all torque screws actually, and to get to that one I was hoping to get through there, but there really isn't much room, so I had to just lift the saddle up and I was able to get in with a ratchet onto it. So these are now, front panel's now loose. Hopefully this will come out without having to take anything else off. Let's just see. There we go, I think. There we are. Right, these because every time I come back to refit everything I remember what screws are what, so let's keep those with that for now. Right, see what we got now. Okay, well that's released this part of the panel. Now apparently this chrome strip, you've got another socket, not socket, torques in here. I don't know what's the matter with this, like every one is the wrong one. Anyway, let me take this one out just for a minute. Right, well that's that screw out now. Now apparently, this has to slide up and slide off these, they sort of onto some clips. So you don't pull it off, you slide it off, which is easier said than done. So there we go, there we are. Just slide it off and it just goes into these little clips up here. But that now, if I bring the camera around, that brings us to some more screws to get around this. I mean, this is a hell of a palaver just to perhaps look at the belt or the air filter, but that's the way it's done. So let's get some, I'll just get these screws out along here and see how far that gets us. Right, there was 4 Torx bolts along here, and if we come back around here, as you remember, there was one here, the slightly bigger bolt. There's so many different sizes and different side bolts and Torx, I don't know why, but anyway, so that's now come away here, and I'm hoping we can just get this off without having to take this other bar off. So let me just get you back on level ground and we'll see what happens. Right, okay, so hopefully, there we go, there we are. Right, I think, oh there we go, lovely. There we are, and you can see, oops, Daisy, you can see that horrible bolt in there, which is next to impossible to put on. Oh, now it's come off, good. So that's the lower panel off, which will enable us to get to the air filter and clean a few other things up and say, look, this bar here, we couldn't have got this off without doing that. So that's done. Right, so I'll get on, do the same the other side for the red panel, and then we'll give it a go and see if we can get the white one off. Okay, so that's the other side off. There's just a couple of bolts there for there. This is for the top panels. There's another one there, down there, and if we just move over here, sorry, excuse fingers, and there's another one there, both sides. So I'm just hoping that will lift off then. As I say, this is the whole purpose of doing this bit, is to replace this panel coming in the new year. So there's no point touching that up, you're never going to get any match. So that will take us down to all this dirty air filter, which I will take off and have a quick look, see which one we need. But let's just get these bolts out and hopefully that will lift off without too many problems breaking the light or something like that. But I'll get those bolts out and see what happens. Right, that's all the bolts out, and there was I forgot to mention there's another one here, one there, obviously same both sides. Now hopefully this is going to lift off. Now I'm going to try and do this without breaking anything. So I'm not sure how this, oh there we go, right. Okay, alright, so we've obviously got these to disconnect, so let's try and get those out first of all. I think you better bear with me whilst I get these out, because something's going to break, isn't it? So those, they're all disconnected now, and it's all very solidly made. I'm quite impressed. So obviously the problem we're going to have, well, not problem, but we need to split the 2 panels obviously, so these will have to come out later on. So it's not coming to the new year, so I've got to keep this somewhere safe, and obviously the indicators will have to come out. So so let's just, I'm going to leave them outside for now because I'll probably step on them. So Right, so now we are. This is what we wanted to get to. Now it's yeah, dirty, but what you'd expect. Not many people clean engines. What I think I'm going to do before we just finish off, we'll have a quick look inside this air filter, see what one I need and how dirty it is. At least these are proper screws, crosshead ones. So we've got the usual screws to take out here. You won't have to watch that. But let me get those out and I'll come back to you. We'll see what it's like inside. Right, they're all out. Let's have a little look what we got inside. Right, oh, okay. That is the one that I didn't think was going to fit. So yeah, so that's good. And they're the cheaper ones as well, thank God. So it's not bad. I think we'll get another one just to know that's done, and we'll give it a full service and everything. So excuse me, so here we are, a dirty back half of the engine, which I will clean. At least I've got a video now for this Saturday. It's only taken just the morning, so I'll when I do get spare time, I'll give everything a clean and a bit of a ACF 50, protect everything, make it look presentable in there, and then we'll carry on perhaps going through a bit of service items. Well, that was yesterday. Didn't have time to do the goodbye. Jenny was inside again and she's had a nice groom yesterday. So thank you for watching. I hope you don't mind me doing a couple of weeks of this Peugeot Django. I've actually quite enjoyed doing it, and it's just a little bit of a break from the mobilette, which is now in the conservatory to give me a bit more room. So I will, when I get a chance through the week, give it a clean and hopefully it look nice in there. And I've ordered a spark plug, new air filter, so I've got some oil in it, and we can give it a full service, and that'll be back on the road for the spring again then, hopefully not too long. So on behalf of Jenny Girl, we hope you had a lovely New Year's celebration, and we wish you all the best in 2024. Please take care out there, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.